Stations of KUAM, a proud sponsor of the United Airlines Guam Marathon. Register before April 4th for the 5K, 10K, half marathon, or full marathon at unitedguammarathon.com. Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
A life is lost at sea down in Ipan after a fisherman did not make it back to shore.
DEPCOR releases more information into an assault at its maximum security unit.
And although they create laws, senators accused of breaking Guam procurement policy. Afade, everybody, and good evening. A fishing trip between cousins, but only one would return alive. Here's more on the tragedy in Talofofo.
First responders from the military and local government spent the night and early morning hours scouring the waters off Calvo Beach in Ipan, Talofofo. Initially, they were only searching for one fisherman, but when he was pulled out of the water, he reported he wasn't alone. At 10 o'clock, the tragic news was announced that a body had been retrieved outside the reef. He was identified as Jeffrey Regis, a former employee of Talofofo Mayor Vicente Taidagui.
Last night, I went fishing with his cousin, Casey Regis, and they were in trouble down there. The sea is high tide, and the waves are rough, and I guess they got tangled in the current. This cousin Casey able to survive the journey, so he able to hang on and until help comes back to rescue him.
Guam Fire Department spokesperson Kevin Riley says the two had been reef walking, searching for lobster. The news came as a shock to many who frequent the beach to catch fish.
That's scary, like just going out there, seeing the water that's rough. Yeah, I won't go out like that.
Taidagui says the area can be treacherous. Additionally, Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan are currently under a high surf and small craft advisory until Sunday.
When you go out there in the open sea, make sure at least it's a low tide and don't go beyond on the reef side. That's very critical. That area down there is very critical, very dangerous. The current are real strong, and risk when you go out there. So take care of yourself when you go out there. Make sure it's low tide, so protect yourself and pray before you go out there.
Prayers the mayor is now asking for his former staffer who had resigned just 2 short months ago.
Let's all pray for Jeffrey Regis, for his family. He left behind a young son, 1 year old, and let's pray for his family for comfort and as they go through this trial. And also, if you want to donate to his family, monetary donation, cover the expense, please feel free to call the office and we'll accept your donation on their behalf.
Participating in the search and rescue were units from Guam Fire, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the Navy's HSC-25 Squadron.
Elsewhere, a local prison detainee is recovering after being brutally attacked inside the Department of Corrections maximum security unit. And tonight, there are new leads in the investigation to find out how this could have happened. Nick Delgado has the very latest.
A possible suspect.
The Department of Corrections is taking this incident very seriously.
DEPCOR Director Tony Lamarena speaking to the media about the ongoing investigation into Wednesday's attack on detainee Justin Meno in Special Housing Unit Yard area.
We do have some leads which have turned up a possible suspect. This investigation also involves looking into our standard operating procedures and if they were in any way deviated at this point in time. We will hold everyone responsible for this incident and accountable. We don't think that it was just one individual. There could be several individuals involved.
Everyone, including the officers working that day and the prison population currently being held in Post 6 that has been involved in the beatdown. He declined to give further specifics at this time.
The reality is that we at DOC work in an environment that involves individuals with dangerous criminal history. And we take security and safety very seriously. Sadly, situations such as this do happen.
While a criminal and internal affairs investigation is underway to find out how this could happen, Lamarena confirms they are in the process of getting additional surveillance cameras and electronic locks to curb what could have contributed to the problem.
They'll find every way possible to employ ways of finding ways to release themselves. So, there are realities of locks being popped.
In response, Public Safety Chair Senator Talina Nelson says she is concerned and is hoping to work with DepCorp to resolve the issue. She is also looking into whether a third-party investigation should be conducted as well. La Morena says today the prisons posts 5 and 6 will remain on lockdown. Visitors will only be allowed back into other parts of the prison this weekend. Meantime, Meno is recovering at GMH but remains in critical condition. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Nick Delgado.
We first told you about the stabbing at Hemlani Harman Apartments on Primetime last night, and now 29-year-old Ruth Santan was arrested and charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, possession and use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, and public drunkenness. The stabbing occurred just before 5:30 p.m. Thursday. Officers found a 26-year-old man in one of the units bleeding from a stab wound to his lower back. Witnesses told investigators 2 men had been fighting behind the apartment complex. Police spokesperson Kim Santos says it was when the victim later was seen walking up the stairs that the suspect ran up from behind and stabbed him in the back before taking off from the scene. The suspect was caught minutes later behind Lee's Market along Route 16. The victim is in stable condition.
Well, is the legislature facing a possible shutdown next week? Rules Chairman Mike Nicholas submitted a resolution Thursday to continue the legislature's budget for the second half of this fiscal year, but other policymakers are resisting the bid for an abrupt approval without knowing the spending specifics.
Nestor Locanto explains.
The latest tit-for-tat follows a last-minute resolution by Senator San Nicolas, who as Rules Chairman controls the legislative budget. San Nicolas is seeking to continue the remaining half year of operations under the current allocation. Not so fast, say several colleagues. Senators Dennis Rodriguez, Frank Uggan Jr., and Joe S. Augustine weeks to allow enough time for the Rules Committee to meet and discuss specifically where their finances stand. They say under the standing rules, they need to vote on the budget. And before they do, they say they want to hear the spending specifics. Without such transparency, they claim it would be a disservice to employees, vendors, and the public. San Nicolas countered in a statement late Friday that his colleagues were turning a routine process into another internal struggle. He defended his last-minute move as a simple formality to continue operations that should come as no surprise. San Nicolas claims cost-cutting measures that have saved the legislature 20% from the previous quarter. The next legislative paycheck won't be affected by the lack of a budget approval, but the next pay period would be. San Nicolas will need 6 positive votes from his members and can do so through signatures without holding a meeting. If not, the clock is ticking till the April 17 deadline proposed by the other resolution. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Locanto.
Well, late this afternoon, Senator Uggan did weigh in by way of a statement. He criticized a San Nicolas memo warning those without lapses will not have their offices funded after the close of business. Now, Uggan did say he did not take threats against employees lightly, saying the memo, quote, was just not necessary. Uggan said he did not believe discussing finances was too much to ask before voting on a resolution.
The legislature, in the meantime, is accused of violating Guam's procurement law and regulations. At the center of controversy is an appeal filed by Pacific Data Systems related to the legislature's bid for a 16-month lease of telephone systems and telecommunications services for the new Guam Congress building.
PDS appeals the legislature's of its protest, with the telecom company claiming that although the legislature stated the bid would be conducted in accordance with local procurement law and regulations, it did not by failing to make formal amendments to reflect revised specifications. Instead, the legislature's executive director, Jermaine Alerta, wrote to PDS that the legislature is governed by its own internal procurement policies and procedures, which it followed.
Day 2 of the trial against accused rapist and kidnapper Marco Omweri continued today with testimony from the victim. Here's Crystal Paco with the details.
Wiping away her tears, the 27-year-old took to the stand and faced off with her alleged assailant in court. Back in December, Marco Omweri allegedly broke into her one-bedroom Agana Heights apartment, raped and robbed her, the entire time wielding a long knife.
Started to puncture me on the side and was demanding cash, money, or jewelry, just something of value.
And how did you respond to this?
I told him I didn't have anything. I told him, look at the way I live. I'm a struggling single mom. I don't have anything to give you. I took him to my purse and showed him there was nothing in my wallet. And he asked me for the keys to my car. and I begged him not to take it.
The victim was forced to drive her alleged rapist to the store, a gas station, and finally to a secluded beach where he raped her again on the hood of her car, recording the rape on camera, evident by the flash on his cell phone. He finally asked to be dropped in the Agana area where he waved her goodbye and walked away. For the duration of their encounter, the victim recalls her assailant cleaning up after himself, forcing her to shower and put on lotion between the rapes, as well as gargle water. He even returned the louvers he used to break into the home back to their place and splashed water onto the windows, what she believes was his attempt to wash away his fingerprints. Although Amwiri is using an interpreter for the duration of trial, the victim recalled some conversation between the men, specifically about children.
He mentioned he had daughters too. And I said, when you're doing something like this and you have daughters?
Did you have any response to that?
No.
Prosecutors shared surveillance footage from both the apartment complex and the gas station that places Amwiri at the scenes reported by the victim. Trial will resume next week with expert testimony from the FBI who matched Amwiri's DNA to the samples extracted from the victim after the rape. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? It's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. It simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment, no more long lines, and you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeeny. iTeeny has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeeny. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
B-I-G-M-A-C, get it, B-I-G-M-A-C. Oh, you got a fresh fade? Close the big deal today? Got that old school flow? You just came into some dough? Beat the boss? Need that special sauce? Oh, found your keys? Hit some threes, love melted cheese? Whoa! Juicy, cheesy, iconic Big Mac. Now in 3 sizes, but only for a limited time. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Well, a rather nasty rat problem has prompted public health to shut down the San Jose supermarket over in Maite. Environmental Health Officer Leilani Navarro says the store was forced to close Monday after an inspection found signs of rat holes, nests, and droppings in different locations in the store. The retail space received 42 demerits, with the processing plant getting another 45, and the food warehouse likewise shut down, getting 14 demerits of its own. In order for the store to reopen, it must correct all violations. The store had an A rating. It now has a D.
Settlement talks began today in the $7 million lawsuit filed by Superintendent John Fernandez against the Guam Education Board and 6 of its members. The suit alleges 14th Amendment rights violations and harm to Fernandez's reputation stemming from a near termination last year.
There's no further progress on the lawsuit, but at this point we're in settlement conference, and that's all we can say.
While he could not provide specifics, he said his focus remains on DOE.
For me personally, and then looking at the department, a very difficult 8-9 months that since things began last summer. And as I've continued to say to you and to everybody else, it's really time to focus on the work at hand.
At the request of the parties involved, Judge Alex Munson issued a stay on the lawsuit proceedings. The order is in effect for the next 90 days.
Well, as educators ramp up efforts for next school year, they're already grappling with a chronic teacher shortage, which has one island educator speaking out. Isa Baza has more.
Southern High School teacher Jennifer Berry said she's concerned about the lack of qualified teachers in the classrooms.
The population of teachers that are retiring or leaving the system is greater than the ones that are entering the system.
She said local universities are not producing enough graduates. In addition, compensation lags behind educators in the states.
I told her I absolutely agreed with her on the concern.
Superintendent John Fernandez said the shortage is a national crisis. The department is short anywhere from 50 to 100 teachers every year.
But the shortage isn't due to a lack of interest in the career. According to University of Guam School of Education Dean John Sanchez, of the 80 students that apply to the program every year, only 50 are accepted.
The reduction is due to higher standards implemented roughly 5 years ago.
We used to produce about 100 a year. That has changed over the past 5 years to about 60 a year.
Fernandez said he will be looking at ways to boost recruitment and ensure quality teachers while also removing any unnecessary barriers to entering the profession. He also hopes to promote the career with students and teachers by meeting with them to see what supports they need.
They feel that maybe that sometimes it's tiring, exhausting, and challenging work, and sometimes they don't feel that they're being recognized. So with all of that said, it's good to recruit new teachers into the fold, but I think it's important to make sure that the teachers that we have, we're trying to address their needs too.
For Berry, it's for the sake of student learning.
I'm concerned about that because unless we're going to build more jails, we need to improve how we're preparing them so that they can enter the workforce for higher education.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Shall weed proceed? That was the topic of a panel discussion held at the University of Guam School of Business and Public Administration building last night. Panelists agreed there's plenty of uncertainty ahead. Committee Chair on Health, Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. was at that summit last night.
It's not easy because there's a lot of factors that are beyond our control, such as this controlled substance being still a controlled substance Schedule 1 in the federal government. And we know now with the new administration in the White House, the new U.S. attorney, that there may be complications for states that do pass it for recreational, and also for us who have passed it for medical use. Could be a problem for us.
All right, in more positive news tonight, it's been in high demand across the country, and 1 year after the Nissan Titan first debuted, the 2017 Truck Trends Pickup of the Year is now available on Guam. Here's Nissan sales manager Brian Downey.
When we went to place our first orders last year, they told us we couldn't have any. We were mystified. We were mortified. And we asked them, what's up? Why can't we get any trucks? And as he said, they did not have the capacity to support anybody outside the United States.
The truck's design is bold and effective with chrome grills, climate-controlled seats, a payload over 2,500 pounds, and a towing capacity of over 12,000 pounds.
100,000 miles, best in the business, hands down, bumper-to-bumper warranty.
You can check it out this weekend for the chance to win a cool prize, including a beach promo package complete with a paddle board and grill. You were a truck person at one point, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
But I actually still have a truck.
And a very nice one, a very classic car, too.
Yes.
That's nice. That's actually,
1971.
and that's worth something.
Stay tuned. Sports is coming up next, but first, here's weather.
more during our spring clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's a great time to meet the award-winning Hyundai lineup, all backed by Guam's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Like the fuel-efficient 2017 Hyundai Accent starting at the unbeatable price of $12,995. Or the redesigned 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at just $16,995. How about the well-equipped 2017 Hyundai Tucson starting at $21,995? Get to Cars Plus today for quick and easy financing during our spring clearance event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Hey, smart spenders. Shell's Buy Food, Get Fuel promo is back. And this time, Shell's giving away grocery coupons too. Shell has partnered up with Cost You Less and Island Fresh to help you save. Spend $30 at any Cost You Less or Island Fresh and receive coupons for $5 off of your next $30 fuel purchase at any Shell station, or purchase $30 of fuel at Shell and receive a coupon for $5 off any $75 Cost You Less or Island Fresh store purchase. Visit Shell, Cost You Less, or Island Fresh today and start stacking on savings. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Come celebrate with the villages of Talofofo and Inarajan at the Valley of the Lati River Festival 2 on April 1st and 2nd at the Valley of the Lati Talofofo River. This year's festival will feature a culinary competition with Guam High School's chefs and training students using grown on Guam produce. Canoe carvers, artists, farmers, and local craftsmen will celebrate with us from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. The Valley of the Lati River Festival 2 is presented by the Guam Visitors Bureau, Sakagi & Associates, Heineken Light, Uno Magazine, the Guamanian Magazine, GTA, Pepsi, Kloppenberg Enterprises Inc., Foodies, and the stations of KUAM. Advanced ticket sales are available at all Foodies locations. For more info, visit valleyofthelati.com or call 789-3342.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
Yay! You know she's having a boy, right?
Oh boy.
Buick now has an SUV for that. Introducing the new Buick Encore.
I knew I could trust you guys with the cake. No problem. That was close.
One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Get 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Buick SUVs in stock. That's over $4,400 on this Encore. Visit AutoSpot Buick today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off of Guam, Chris Barnett, Betness, woohoo! Last day of Mess tomorrow, but you know what? It's always Mess tomorrow in here. Okay? Let's kick it off. You know how we do on Friday. Kick it off with our Dow Rento and Athlete of the Week. Friday, woohoo! Betness here, Dow Rento and Denito for Athlete of the Week presentation. But first, let's get to Chastity Girl over here. You guys got some $9.95 specials, right?
Yes, we do. On selected items, iPads, some TVs. That's pretty much it.
There you go. You guys come through our Athlete of the Week. Kyoko-san. Kyoko-san, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Chastity has a special message for you here.
Congratulations. Who would you like to donate your truck to?
My Auntie Gail, who is currently battling cancer.
There you go. Team Gail in the house here. And you guys had a really cool volleyball tournament over at Talofofo Gym. Let's talk about that. How competitive was it?
Well, it consisted of 11 teams. Different people from different villages battled it out, and it was pretty hard, but we kept fighting to the end.
So it was like a volley battle.
Yes.
And you played for the Inaran Hawks, right? How'd you guys do?
We did good. We won first place.
There you go. Won first place, so that means you won, right?
Yes.
There you go. So what was it like for you to play volleyball against some really good teams and to do it all for your Auntie Gail?
It was very pressuring because knowingly she's my auntie, it's very hard to keep playing and trying to win it for her.
Is it hard going through this with your auntie?
Yes, it is.
And what do you do to kind of, stay motivated and help out with the family?
Just stay positive and make sure she gets through it all.
Well, there you go. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you got a driver's license to cash this check. Well, okay. She's working on it. Permit. All right, for our Dow Rento and Athlete of the Week, one more time, congrats to Kyoko. On behalf of Chastity, you come through and see what they got for $9.95 Friday. Woohoo!
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
various showbiz personalities in the Philippines and PBA legends on island ready to entertain and play some hoops at the UOG Cabo Fieldhouse tomorrow on April Fool's Day. They compete against the FSAG All-Star selections from Guam: Edgardo Baza, Joe Blas, John Chaco, James Collins, William Davis, Tim Edelor, Sandy Fajarin, Corey Lorenzo, Bobet Maceda, Lance Osborne, Eric Regis, Sammy Setic and James Stake. Doors open 5 p.m. Entertainment starts at 6. Tip-off scheduled for 7. Tickets $20 for general and $40 for VIP.
Half a day Guam. Ito si Vince Hizon inviting you all to the 2017 FSAG Sports Celebrity Edition. This time we will have showbiz and Philippine basketball legends doing battle on the hard court. Come one, come all to the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Don't be a fool on April Fools and not be there. See you there. God bless.
Fish is on the menu. Perfect timing for Lent as wrapping up today. Competition in the Inter-Pacific Spearfishing Championships. Hitting the water, unfortunately, during rough conditions. Teams from Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, New Caledonia, Tahiti, and, of course, the home team, Guam. A lot of the competitors not used to Guam's waters, so the Marianas Underwater Fishing Federation, the Muff Divers, hey, that's probably the only time you hear me say that on the show, expecting big things from Team Guam. A post from Team Australia's Facebook page says fish are small and flighty and deep, so conditions will be tough. Competition days were today and yesterday, along with practice and scouting dives earlier this week. All right, let's do some Final Four action. NCAA Basketball Championship Men's Final Four doubleheader Sunday. TV 11, number 7, South Carolina takes on Gonzaga. They're top ranked at 8 in the morning. And then number 3, Oregon versus North Carolina, also top ranked, 10:30 in the morning. Hey, I'm rooting for the Carolinians. Back to that fishing thing, though. What's a procrastinator's favorite fish? Hang on. Hey, have a great weekend. Be my mess tomorrow. My name's Chris. You keep on shining, Guam. Adios!
Take on the unseen with a car that checks your blind spots. The Nissan Maxima, Altima, and Sentra.
It's time for the 3rd annual Chuck E. Run Fun 2K 5K family event. Medals, prizes, and post-race fun inside Chuck E. Cheese Guam. Join us Saturday, April 8 at GPL. Show at 5:30, go at 6. Discounted race fees for pre-purchase numbers available. Thanks to our sponsors. Hope to see you there.
This is Tabby. Tabby service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Sibda Smaasi, Matson.
Attention drivers, Triple J Auto Group has a shipload of vehicles on the way and need to make room. Now is your chance to get absolute year-end pricing during Triple J Shipload Sale. That's right, year-end closing pricing on the latest 2017 models and all remaining 2016s. New cars as low as $86 per paycheck and used cars as low as $68 per paycheck during our Shipload Sale. See PD and print ad for details or visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome. Triple J Auto Group, customers first.
All right, it is time to say happy birthday to the newest members of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. They are led off tonight by Kimberly Lauren Meno-Uggen. The family says, we love you. Also, happy birthday to Amelia Marie Regis Duenas, a.k.a. Princess Mimi. Happy 4th birthday to you. Happy birthday from the family of Carl Roberto going out to their special guy tonight, as well as happy 5th birthday wishes to Natalia Faith Cruz. Happy 7th birthday to Caleb Joel Pareto from your family. Also, happy birthday to Regina Nedlick. Hope you had a wonderful day and blow out the candles, as does Cheryl Chargala. Happy birthday from your bees was the message we were sent. And happy birthday, Mommy, coming from Caden, going to Cyril Moises. That is lovely. All right, everybody. One of the benefits of being in the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, which, by the way, is absolutely free, just go to KUAM.com and register, is you could win an ice cream cake. We pick one winner on Friday at random, and since it is Friday today, our winner is, and we did wait 1 second because it takes a second for it to come up, Yoshiko Guerrero, and her birthday was on Monday, March 27th. Certainly worth waiting for. Thank you so much for playing. Yoshiko, happy birthday to you once again, and a rep will contact you and let you know how you can redeem your ice cream cake. All right, please stay tuned. We got more coming up after.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
All right, everybody, I'm Jason Salas. This is KUAM News Extra, and you're watching us on KUAM TV8 or YouTube. Thanks so much for streaming us. All right, whenever you talk about law enforcement or Crime Victims Week and the rights of people who have been victimized by crime, it's always a good thing to have two of the most high-ranking people in studio to talk about that kind of thing. So we welcome to the studio, of course, the Honorable Attorney General of our island, Elizabeth Barrett-Anderson.
Thank you, Jason. It's good to be here.
Good to see you, Madam AG. And the Acting Police Chief of GPD, Major Manny Chong, who's always welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right. And your capacities as far as the context of what we're talking about with National Crime Victims Week coming up, as I understand it, Madam AG, you are talking about the scope of crime victims and the focus of what you guys are trying to narrow in on.
Right. What I've been trying to do in the past 2 years is to expand our service to crime victims, because there's a whole universe of crime victims out there. We have traditionally focused on domestic violence and criminal sexual conduct, and that's very, very important. And that focus has been because we've had a lot of federal money on that. But we also have federal money for all types of victims of crime. And I would dare to say, because two of us are sitting here, I've been a victim of burglary. I'm sure your audience out there are probably raising their hands.
Yep,
yes,
likewise.
my house has been broken into, and we've had a lot of that recently. So there's a whole universe of crime victims that, when it comes to Crime Victims Week, I like to expand our understanding and training with regard to crime victims. The other area of crime victims that I'm very interested in is when we're dealing with our children, protecting our children from crime, cyber crime, sexting, and keeping our children safe from kidnapping and abduction. So, you know, there's our effort for Crime Victims Week, which is April 2nd through April 8th, is to bring out this focus about crime victims, have people understand and be knowledgeable, and to go online to learn more about being a crime victim.
And it's interesting, the dynamic. I mean, we literally have, you know, to capitalize on the TV show, you dun dun Law and Order right here. You know, I mean, somebody who deals with, you know, the prosecutorial side, you know, in court, and then, you know, Major Chong, who for many, many years has dealt on the streets and dealing with people on a one-to-one basis. So
yes,
in your opinion, and based on what you and your colleagues in GPD have seen, how has crime evolved, and how has the nature of crime changed on Guam?
You know, ever since I've been in the department, the really big crimes are crimes against children, which is, you know, it could be from rape, child abuse, whatever. You know, those things really pull at your heartstrings, because, you know, these are innocent victims. So those things are always hard to investigate. You know, these victims are always traumatized, and a lot of times you cannot get a good, it's hard to conduct a good interview because of, you know, they're traumatized. So we try our best, and, you know, since I've been in, criminal sexual conduct has been like a major problem to this day. Criminal sexual conduct is a major problem. So, you know, what the Guam Police Department's, what we've evolved from the traditional policing, you know, and it's not just for property crimes, but what we try to do is, you know, try to talk to people when we do our town hall meetings and everything, and we offer them ways where we can, you know, do some type of security assessment at their houses to make them less attractive of a victim. So, you know, we do that. And, you know, a lot of these criminal sexual conduct incidents happen from they're a result of home invasions. Now, if we teach these people how to secure their houses at night, you know, hopefully it prevents a home invasion from happening.
And people talk about that on Guam all the time. They say, remember the days, for people like that are, you know, like around our age, remember the day when you could leave your door open, you know,
the
like
windows
you
open to get
you could let
breeze,
the island breeze come through and everything like that. Those days are gone.
Yeah, absolutely gone. And what we want to focus on during our Crime Victim Fair is it's from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Saturday. at Loop Complex. So I invite the public to come. We'll have a lot of education programs there. We will actually have some fun things for kids. We'll have kite flying, and by the way, the food trucks are going to be at Loop, so hopefully that'll bring you into.
It truly is a fair.
It is a fair, but part of drawing people in, not just only for the food trucks, but we will have the telecom communication companies there talking about how to keep your children safe from sexting. We will have a Project Foresight to talk about how kids need to know to protect themselves from sexual assault or sexual abuse. Project Foresight are university students who put a program together at the University of Guam. We will have the Guam Police Department there. We will have our grantees under our crime victims grant money. So there'll be a wealth of information for parents as well as just citizens to want to find out how to protect themselves and to be safer.
All right, we'll tell you what, we are just scratching the surface of this interview. We got a second half coming up, so please stay here and please stay there in TV land, because we are coming back. We're going to talk more about the use of technology in fighting crime and what is going on for programs of which you can avail. Stay tuned, we'll be back after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
The strongest teams have the strongest fans. We're committed to keeping you close, even when you're not. GTA Strong.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, my friends, a couple hours ago, I got an interesting question from an online viewer saying, Jason, can you please ask Gina and Liz from Remax Diamond Realty Guam, what is the difference between a real estate broker and a real estate agent? And the timing was perfect because they were coming in the studio today. So here they are, Liz and Gina, once again. Half a day, ladies.
Half a day, Jason.
All right, beautiful smile, beautiful hair.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, and beautiful information, apparently, because do you guys get this very often about what the difference between a broker and a real estate agent or a realtor is?
Yeah, I mean,
blurred
we
lines?
we get asked often.
What's the simple answer?
The simple answer is the difference between a realtor and someone who just practices real estate, who just has a license to do real estate, is that realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. we've got a code of ethics that we have to adhere to. And we are held to a higher standard in our industry. Realtors are professionals in their field. Especially in our office, we really mandate to our agents that education, the more you know, the better off you can serve the community and your customers. And so education becomes a real big part of our training process.
And licensure, as you just said. So is it kind of the difference, Liz, between, like on Guam, we'd say someone who's actually gone to med school and has, all this certification and is a doctor that can say, I know you've got the flu, versus somebody that says, hey, no, boy, just put Salumpus on.
Well, as realtors, we are, as Gina puts it, we are bound by a code of ethics. So, for example, if someone assisted a customer and and there were some issues with the process, there's a recourse. They could go to the Guam Board of, the Guam Association of Realtors and file a grievance, which goes through a process. But it's like we have a higher standard to live by so we could better serve the community. So if there are any issues, at least there's recourse. Now, real estate agent, real estate broker, the broker actually can open up their office and practice, and then an agent could operate under the broker's license, because the broker is ultimately responsible for anything that that agent does. So if anything goes wrong within that particular office, the recourse would be to go to the Guam Association of Realtors.
Gina, is it fair to say that because you guys are licensed and because you guys subscribe to that code of ethics, the information you're going to give obviously is a lot more verifiable, and you guys also have access to resources like, MLS and things like that, that you can actually pass on to the customer that maybe the garden variety person that just, wants to give advice may not have?
Yes, it's fair to say that. And we're also mandated by the code of ethics that we cannot give information on something that we're not familiar with. So like if I only do residential real estate, and all of a sudden I have a customer who comes in and says, Gina, I've got this commercial building, will you help me with it? I'm obligated by the code of ethics to say, you know what, I don't have a lot of experience in that field. Are you okay working with me? We're supposed to do that. But like everything else, I want to say that people get into the real estate because of the flexibility. And so we're flexible to interpret all of these things based on how we want to do our business. That's just the nature of real estate. We're self-employed. We do work under the umbrella of our brokers, but we are self-employed. We're self-disciplined. Some offices are really strong in education and policy, and some, feel that you're in the self-employment industry anyway. You're self-employed, so you can more or less govern yourself. You should know better. And so everybody gets to operate their business the way they choose. So it's not all equal. So for the consumer, what I want to say is when you find somebody that you're comfortable with and you could tell that this agent is adhering to the code and has integrity and honesty and seems hardworking, stick to them. Because we all have gut feelings, like I know I like you, Jace, but
well, thank you. I like you too.
I may not like the next anchor person. We all have a chemistry. We talk to each other. You get to know your realtor, right?
And I'm not going to tell Sabrina that, but thank you very much.
But you know what I mean. You're going to interview your real estate agent pretty much the same way you interview other professionals in your life.
It's kind of like if you're going online and you're checking on something, if you're looking for an agent, you want to see what are their specialties, what do they focus on, because that would be the person you're looking for. It's kind of like you're screening them to see which will serve your needs. On Guam, Gina and I pretty much cover the whole area in real estate. Whether from development to houses to land, we're kind of like the jack of all trades. But between the two of us, we're always taking classes so that we could keep improving. And we recommend that with people in the real estate industry. Keep taking classes because it just enhances your ability to better serve your community.
Never stop learning, never stop improving.
Never stop.
Okay, well, we are going to go to our commercial break. Ladies, thank you so much for the information. And I must say, I was down in Molesso this past weekend for the Crab Festival. And coming back up from the south, back up here to Harman, I must have seen at least 20 to 25 signs of each of you and everything.
Remax, it's everywhere you want to be.
Specifically the two of you. I saw your two beautiful faces at least, a bunch of times coming through Jonya all the way back here. So yeah, you guys are doing quite good work. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week. And we'll see you on the flip side of this break. Please stay tuned.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeamy's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeamy's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeamy. iTeamy has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeamy. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Why is tourism Guam's #1 industry? Tourism benefits our economy. Visitors come to our shores to experience our island. More tourist spending means more dollars flowing into our economy. Tourism creates jobs. From bell service to front desk to tour agents, more jobs mean more opportunities. Tourism builds businesses. From hotels to shops to restaurants. More businesses mean more dreams come true. Tourism preserves our culture. In the visitor industry, culture takes center stage. Celebrating our culture means keeping our traditions alive. Tourism keeps our land and waters clean. It all adds up. Tourism improves our quality of life. It helps make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Tourism works for Guam.
Hey, smart spenders. Shell's Buy Food, Get Fuel promo is back. And this time, Shell's giving away grocery coupons too. Shell has partnered up with Cost You Less and Island Fresh to help you save. Spend $30 at any Cost You Less or Island Fresh and receive coupons for $5 off of your next $30 fuel purchase at any Shell station, or purchase $30 of fuel at Shell and receive a coupon for $5 off any $75 Cost You Less or Island Fresh store purchase. Visit Shell, Cost You Less, or Island Fresh today and start stacking on savings. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
It's time for the 3rd annual Chucky Run Fun 2K 5K family event. Medals, prizes, and post-race fun inside Chuck E. Cheese Guam. Join us Saturday, April 8 at GPL. Show at 5:30, go at 6. Discounted race fees for pre-purchase numbers available. Thanks to our sponsors. Hope to see you there.
All right, everybody, I hope you are ready for a road trip down south, and I hope you are ready for some fun because the Valley of the Lati is in its 2nd year of the festival. Most of us here at KUAM cannot wait for that event. We've been waiting all year round, and we have here John Uggan with the Valley of the Lati organization. Half a day, sir.
Half a day.
All right, and what's your name?
Esray. Tell him your name.
Esray.
And what are you supposed to say? Say it. All right.
Hoisan half a day. Wala hala.
Ah, half a day. Okay. Just Masi, Esray. Good to have you here. And of course, Mr. Mayor looking very, very relaxed over there in the chair. But Mr. Mayor, I'm sure you're going to be working very hard this weekend.
We always do it every day.
Okay, so tell everybody what is so distinct about the Valley of the Lati, because we've all seen the pictures, everybody's seen video that's being shared to Facebook, but the one thing that doesn't come across on the internet or on TV is the Southern hospitality.
Right.
And you can feel that once you get down there.
Oh, yes. Well, Jason, like last year, we celebrated our festival #1 on this festivity, and the crowd was awesome. Good turnout. People really enjoyed themselves, and so in behalf of myself, Mayor Doris Lujan, the management staff of the Lati River, vendors and sponsors, we thank you, Guam, for your support on this event. And again, tomorrow we'll commence our 2nd event. So again, we extend a heartfelt invitation for you guys to come out there and enjoy yourself. We got lots of activities being planned and a lot of good food, and so we're looking forward to for you to come down. We anticipate a big crowd, so please come early. And again, thank you for your support, and we'll look forward to see you tomorrow.
John, every time I run into you, Mr. Mayor, you always say a real hearty handshake, and you say, "Come down to Talofofo.
Come on down to Talofofo and join us."
All right, okay. And Mr. Uggan, you're going to be one of the main men down there making everything happen. So what time should we head down for the party?
It opens from 10 to 5. This year's Valley of the Lati, we have a lot in store for fun
exciting experience. The Valley of the Lati, we was honored just a couple weeks ago of the Lati Award of being the most outstanding optional tour for the first year and the first nomination. And that is all contributed to the Valley team members down there, which is the Hotnu, Julie Manglonia, who owns the Lati snack area down there, the Uritao, who just joined us last fall. They'll be down there this year. And based on last year's experience, the Valley of the Lati is a living museum, whereas you will get to feel the experience of our Chamorro ancestors because of the Lati stones down there. They are originally placed there over 1,000 years ago. So you get to touch Lati stone, go through the botanical garden, and experience the lunchu of petting the animals, riding the carabao. And this year's event, we have the Pro Start, which is we're having a competition, a cooking competition. We call it the Tzatzak, where we have our GCC students from 3 high school that will be participating tomorrow for that competition. And they'll be selling tickets for voting plus tasting of what they cook. And all the proceeds goes to the students. 100% of that proceeds goes back to the students. And the mayor of Talofofo and Niroan are the hosts. So any of the proceeds that we made after we paid our bills of the equipment we rented to make this a success goes back to the community. Last year's proceeds, we gave it to Niroan and Talofofo mayor, and the Talofofo mayor took that fund and renovated the old Koban, police Koban they have in the village, and now it's operational where we have more police presence.
So it just makes everybody better.
It's everybody, and for a minimal charge of $20 for adults and $10 for a child, you get to experience a boat ride from 3 different locations. When you get to those locations, there will be vendors. We have entertainers down there, the conference, the dancers, and just going around and to the site in the area, the Iritao, the Sackman, and the canoe down there, you get to experience that nowhere else here on the island.
Now, some people might be wondering, I want to go down there, but I know it's going to be a really big event. I'm wondering about parking and everything and transportation and everything.
Oh, parking, we have the Ipan public beach. There's an open space there. We have that available for parking, and a shuttle bus that will take you to the 2 entrance sites, the one before the bridge and the one after the bridge, because the one before the bridge is considered Talofofo. When you pass the bridge, it's considered in Arahan. So also the Talofofo Bay, we have got that optional. And you don't need to worry about your cars being parked and vandalized, because we'll have personnel there to monitor those parking areas.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We cannot wait to go down there. We got to go to commercial break. But Esra, you want to take us out? Can you say adios este gupa to everybody?
Say adios. Say, come on down and ride the carbo. Say it.
Coming down, ride the carbo.
All right. That is the best invitation you can get.
Just one thing, I know that cooking competition, the ingredients is tilapia, eggplant, and melon.
Ooh.
So come on down and let people of KUAM and be one of the judges. So, so you could test how these things, put together by young kids.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
All right. We'll see you there. And we will see you on the flip side of this break. Stay tuned.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Your love is like a fireplace. Your warm, sweet embrace. Oh, see your face again. Your love is like a fireplace, your warm, your sweet embrace. I want to see your face again, 'cause I'm caught up in the current of your love. And as you walk along the beach alone, to escape the walls of stone, amplified by the musical tone, supplied by the John Dang Show. Supplied by the John Dang Show. Rockin' steady, I'm gonna put it on you. Are you ready? Caught up in the current of your love.
Get more during our spring clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Inherit that go-anywhere attitude with the legendary rugged Jeep Wrangler 4x4 of the decade. For a limited time only, enjoy savings of $2,500 off. Or go beast mode and save up to $5,000 off Ram trucks, voted Guam's best 2 years in a row. Plus, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing. Get to Cars Plus today for quick and easy financing during our spring clearance event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Our last story is our very popular Tourism Works segment, where this week we introduce you to a carver who puts his heart and his passion into his work. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Tourism Works, brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Hafade, Wahusi Roman Dueñas. I'm a public school teacher, and I'm also a carver. I'm involved in the tourism industry because I sell my crafts at island fairs and other events like festivals. The most gratifying part of my job is seeing people wear something that I created, something that I made. It makes me feel happy because I know that I get affirmation that my work is good enough to be bought by somebody who's not even from Guam too. Tourism works for me because it provides me more opportunities to showcase my work and also allow the history and culture of Guam to reach people outside of Guam. Because of tourism, there's more island fairs and art festivals. And at these types of events, more people come to see the work that local artists create, and it helps create interest in the community as well as elsewhere. We should support tourism and welcome visitors because Guam is a place with a unique culture and unique traditions, and those traditions and cultures deserve to be shared with other people. I think like one of the things that's important is that because of tourism, like even other artists have come here to even like show us what they can do, and that because of that there's like I see a lot more competition in the art community, even like with music and you know, like visual art too. The most gratifying part of my job is being able to go to the beach and find materials that I can use in my art, in my work, in my jewelry, and just seeing seeing a work of art just come together and finally to see someone wearing it. It's super gratifying. The majority of what I do is I find natural materials such as bone, cow bone of course, and seashell and stone. And I use power tools. My master's teaching me to use power tools to create those natural materials into pieces of jewelry that people can wear. Some of it is traditional Chamorro jewelry, and some of it is contemporary. I'm Roman Dueñas. I'm a carving apprentice, and tourism works for me.
Tourism Works, brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau. Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.